What does being a fool mean? Why are we blind to the gifts right in front of us? And why is the solution cutting our head right off? You can find out all of this and more through fairy tales. So join me on a very brief journey through a wonderful fairy tale and to its magical significance. Instead of analyzing a meme, today we're going to analyze an ancient meme. The Fool. Once upon a time, there was a man who inherited much wealth from his father, but who led such an irregular and unwise life that in a short time he had spent everything, even down to the last penny. Then he sat down, folded his arms upon his chest, and sighed as he thought of his unfortunate condition. His father's friends gathered about him to console him. One of them, a wise old man, said to him, "Son, you have offended your luck, who has run away from you. You would better go after your luck. Perchance you can find it, and being reconciled with it, become, as before, a fortunate man." The man at once set out and traveled mountains and plains in search of his luck. One night he saw in his dreams that his luck was a human being like himself, who had fallen upon his face on the top of a high mountain, sighing and beating his chest all the time, just as he himself had done. The next day he got up and continued his journey toward that mountain. On his way he met the fairy lion, sitting upon a mound of earth beside the road. "Don't be afraid, human being. Proceed," said the lion. And when the man approached, he said, "Where are you going?" "I'm going to find my luck," said the man. "Good," said the lion. "Your luck is very wise. Ask him, what is the remedy for my disease? I have been an invalid for 7 years. If you find the right remedy, I will reward you." "Very well," said the man, and went on his way. Soon he came to a very beautiful orchard full of all kinds of fruits. He picked some of the fruits and began to eat, but lo, they were all bitter. Thereupon the gardener came and asked where he was going. "I am going to find my luck," said the man. "Please ask your luck," said the gardener. "What is the remedy for my orchard? I grafted my plants, but it was of no use. I cut down the old trees and planted new ones, but neither did this avail. If your luck can devise some remedy, I will reward you bountifully." The man promised to ask his luck and again went on his way. Soon he came to a magnificent palace situated in a garden as beautiful as paradise, whose sole inhabitant was a beautiful maiden. "What man are you?" asked the maiden, seeing the man. "And why have you come?" The man told her his story. "You see," said the maiden, "I have this splendid palace and measureless wealth and property, but I have a grief which grows in my heart day and night, and I spend my life sighing all the time. Please ask your luck about me, and if you bring me a device to make me happy, I promise to reward you bountifully." The man promised, and went on his way until he came to the mountaintop, where his luck had fallen on his face. He described to him his own unfortunate condition, and poured out all his grievances. Luck listened to him attentively and said, "Everything may yet be well, seeing that you have come so far in search of me." Then the man asked of Luck the things he had promised to ask, and received answers. "Now will you not come with me?" asked the man. "Go first," said Luck. "I will come after you." The man set out, and coming first to the young woman, said, "Your remedy is to marry a brave fellow, and then your sorrow and grief will be over." Then he met the gardener, and said, "There is gold ore in the spring from which flows the water with which you irrigate your orchard. The plants suck up particles of gold, which causes the fruits to be bitter. You must either irrigate your orchard by the water of some other spring, or take away the ore from the present fountain. Then your fruits will be sweet." The man then came to the lion and sat down beside him, and told him how he found his luck, and all about the vineyard owner and about the young woman. The lion asked, "Didn't the young woman do you any kindness?" The man replied, "She said, 'Come and marry me, and let us enjoy together the goodness of God.' But I did not consent." "And what reward did the gardener give you?" asked the lion. "He took the gold ore out of the spring," answered the man, along with a great deal of pure gold. He offered that I take everything, but I declined, saying that I did not care to trouble myself and carry such a heavy thing so far. "And what remedy did your luck devise for my ailment?" asked the lion. "And for you," he said, "the moment you devour a fool's head, you shall be healed." The lion looked the man in the face and said, "By heaven, I cannot find a greater fool than you on the face of the earth." And striking at his head with his paw, he made one mouthful of it, and the fool was dead. Remember the moral of this tale: time never befriends a fool. This story is, to me, a very, very beautiful story. It is an inversion of a classic fairy tale motif of the brave young man who sets out on a journey, comes across the three whatevers, gets the answers, comes back and is rewarded beautifully. He comes out with all these treasures. And in this, the fool denies the gifts that he is given. And luck, embodied luck. This reminds me heavily of Crowley's idea of the true will, what the Romans called the genius, what the Greek called the daemon. This embodied form of your fate, of your luck. It works like this, where we are oftentimes given these great treasures in life, but being so blinded down one path that we actively deny the gifts given to us by the world. We are fools. And this is the nature of magic, to say, I'm going to carry the heavy load. I'm going to involve myself with someone strange. It's choosing the world over one's own thought-out pattern. I think this is a very common misconception people have about magic. They think magic is when I do it just my own way and I reject the world and I make my own, but it's really not. It's really not. That is illusion. Everybody believes they're on their own special path, but very few are able to embody it, to live it. And this is the double meaning of that title, the fool. In magic, we become fools again. Socrates, the man most in touch with his daemon, with his true will, says, I know nothing other than that I'm a fool, that I know nothing. We start as fools, and we end as fools. In Christianity, there's a tradition of people who become fools for God. They give up their pretenses and live as fools in the world, out of reverence for God. To do God's will is to be a fool. It doesn't make sense to everybody around you, and it doesn't make sense to you. But oftentimes that is our fate. Our fates are illogical, irrational. And this is why, to find it, the ritual is called the headless rite. You have to cut off your head, stop making sense, and become a fool again. As always, remember, memes matter. So you've taken in the wisdom of an ancient fairy tale, but are you curious about your own story, your own mysteries? Book a tarot card reading with me, the God Disc, on Instagram at the God Disc or on Twitter at God Disc. Send me a DM. Let me know.